and they weren't celebrating the Chiefs win when they started this episode. They were celebrating kicking Fedra out. And then we got into the story of Sam and Henry, which
man,
that
was
far. Sam and Henry.
that was deep. Like, I guess, what were your first reactions? You know, we get the story of Sam and Henry. This is one of those situations where I was very happy I had not watched the game. I'd never played the game.
Yeah,
because the emotional hit on this one was a little heavy. Like they flipped the script. They went from hey, this is love and you know, going out together with peace to just rip the hope out, even though they definitely choreographed that in. The moment I knew. The moment you say anything is going to be good and it's going to be all right, I'm like, oh man. Like,
yeah. The whole thing is like, as soon as he shoots his little brother, it's Henry, isn't it? As soon as Henry shoots Sam, you just say, dude, put that gun to your head and just do it. You might as well go down in flames, mate, because you're never going to live this down. Just make it clean cut. Rip off that Band-Aid, because there's no coming back from what you just did with your poor brother. You did the right thing. You saved people's lives, but that broke my heart. I was so upset. I was screaming and yelling in the hospital ward. just broke my heart. But it does. There's just one thing that bugs me about that ending, right? Someone like Joel, right, who is a veteran of the infected world, right?
Yeah.
Has probably seen this take place multitude times over 20 years, right? If you see a situation like they were underneath the car, all three of them, I think, were underneath the car, kicking and screaming, trying to get out. The infected running all around them, ducking their heads in, trying to have a go at them. You would think that out of necessity and wisdom, every time you see anyone get anywhere near infected, the first thing you would do once you get away from that situation is check the body. Wouldn't you? That would be the first thing you would do. Right, you got close, strip down, let's have a look. Wouldn't that be the first thing you would?
I would say that would have been the natural reaction before he started having emotions create and build. So now the reaction is less of survival and more of relief, which is completely different mindsets, because the same concept would be, he's been in that situation so many times, those people are gone. I'm not even going to waste my time with them. But now that he has Elle, he's now considering the comfort and the feeling of company and hope in there. So his natural reaction isn't to check, it's to, okay, we're safe. We're relieved at this point. And it's basically just the lowering of his guard. Like it's emotions have had to make him lower his guard. It's a catch-22 of it all, because you have.
I'm not convinced. I'm not. I just think you would just be in a pattern. You would just be in a routine. By after 20 years, you'd be in a routine. Check for spice.
I don't think he has a pattern anymore. I think his pattern got broken.
I don't think he's that far gone.
Yeah, that's muscle memory. I think, like soldiers when they check for ammo, they check, or they could have just been so exhausted that they didn't check.
Yeah. Well,
it goes back to, like, whenever you're used to being with company. But think about it, Joel. The only other company he had was Tess, and if Tess were to have gotten bitten, they would just abandon. Like, you're out. Yeah. Like, it's not I check you down. It's, we're out. I'm not even here to kill you. You're like, I'm out. Like, you're on your own. Let them take you out.
Yeah.
That's why I said, like, the stuff with Elle, and then, like, even getting close with Sam and Max. Sam and
Henry.
Henry, yeah. With Sam and Henry, like, even that was, man, you made a sacrifice for your brother, and now everybody's out to try and kill you. And now you're touching into, oh man, how much you are here for the deep relationship that you're having with this companion. Not, it's not a survival relationship they're having.
Well,
And
but I think after 20 years, every relationship has to be a survival relationship. I think once you've seen enough people get torn apart, every relationship is like it's happened to everyone he's met. Like his daughter, everyone he runs it to.
well, his daughter, his daughter didn't get tore up. She got.
I know, but he knows no matter how much you love someone, the affection comes. It's going to come. It's going to kill everyone around you. Anyway, but we digress.
No, we don't. Again, the man has
The man has a survival code. The man has a survival code, and you ignore that, it kills everyone in that room. It kills everyone, including Ellie. It kills everyone, and almost did.
And I think this is. Oh, sorry, go ahead, JP.
I'm gonna agree with Jason on this. In 20 years living in that situation, and it's only been like a few weeks with Ellie.
A person who can get bit and not turn by that too.
But you can still get killed by those things. They can still rip your head off.
Yeah. There's a difference between killed and bit. We're talking about the bit.
Yeah, but they can still do that's what happened. That they can still kill you though. Yeah. They don't have
muscle memory. I think it's one of those things.
Like putting on a seatbelt.
Yeah.
I feel like this episode was his reminder back to the fact of like the bliss of is not the humans and being the aggravation. Because think about it, like even within that situation, who are they truly actually trying to run from? It wasn't actually the zombies. It wasn't the actual the zombies. It was trying to get away from the humans to be able to get to the other side. So by all technical reason, they had succeeded, which is why I say like that. Also, that relief mode came in because they technically already had passed the threat. The zombies ended up being in some way, shape, or form, a protection for them. So you're not even thinking about that as.
I think you are. I think after 20 years, I think you're always thinking like putting on a seatbelt, or putting on a bicycle helmet. You always think.
And I think this episode became the reminder. It's like you have to remember that everybody's the threat all the time.
It could be the wake up call for him. They did get away with it. Well, no, yes and no. They kind of got away with it. I think if they had looked at Sam and seen his scarred, then they would have known they would have had to kill him. And I think Henry would have tapped out at that stage. Right. I think no matter if there's no Sam, there's no Henry, no matter what.
Right.
So I get your point, though, Gift. Yeah, I kind of get.
So, but they were great characters. They were great characters while they were on the screen. Yeah, and I thought they were going to go, and I thought they were going to go with them. I have to admit,
you know what my signal was whenever I was like, oh, they're gonna die, was whenever they said, hey, you want to come with us? And it's like, yeah, no, I think that'd be great. I mean, the moment they said this, a new moment, new us, new moment, I was like, oh, you guys are dead. Like, it is the most signal that a character is gonna die. When everything looks like it's going to work out fine, that's when you know they're about to die.
Well, that's true. They get out from underneath the school and they come back on the other side of the city and they're saying, well, that was pretty easy. And all of a sudden, ping, 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 ping. The old fella starts firing off that gun, don't they? So, of course, things got bad and then it got worse when all the infected come, which we hadn't seen a lot of the infected for 2 or 3 episodes, I think.
So let me ask this: how did you guys feel about the ending with the Kansas City colony people? Because whenever they put a timeline on everything that happened, I'm not gonna lie, it was a little bit I was happy for I was satisfied a little bit with what they did, but I was also kind of sad because I was like, yo, you guys just came off of like almost 20 years of torture for 10 days of freedom, where of those 10 days, at least 2 or 3 of those days, you guys returned back to a torture of sorts.
I'm just wondering, so they're still outside the city, though. They're still outside the city when they come out. So I guess the question is, would they have got into the city? Would there have been a door open and stuff? Yeah, maybe. But you're right. I mean, they're back out. Like, they were underneath they're underneath the ground for so many years, and now they've come back out, and now they're running rampant, and their 10 days of freedom from Fedra has gone, and now they've got the things back, and yeah, I don't know. It's just that world. It's just an uncompromising world, isn't it? Like,
yeah,
and yeah,
because like I even whenever we're with what's her name's character with the main chick, the chick who is leading the charge for her brother, like I don't even feel like we really even got a maybe solid showdown to make all her actions kind of totally make sense. Like I got it, but I also was not like, okay, now we can be like Henry, you or is it Sam? Sam, you're looking down at what's her name, and even though we got the conversation, but it wasn't like it didn't feel like a showdown. It didn't feel like we were like, yo, why her cruelty and her need to kill off everybody so quickly became a justification, but required the penalty. And I just don't feel like we got the justification component.
Right. So you don't feel satisfied with her death, that there was justice
I
done
like that she died because she was just annoying for the sake of being like, whenever a person's just cruel for cruel's sake, it doesn't make sense to me. So I was like, I'm happy that she got jumped by the kid, and the other guy got his head tore off by super infected over there.
Infected Hulk. Yeah.
Freaking that was Groot in the DC universe.
Yeah, that is actually. That is. I don't know, like she there was a real cautionary tale about forgiveness. And I like the way that I didn't like the way, but I appreciated the way she just gets it out. She just said no forgiveness. She goes, she was just driven by bitterness. She said, my brother taught me to forgive. She goes, and I'm just ain't going to do it. I'm just not going to do it. And that's what condemned them. She condemned all those people. The guy said to her at one stage, let him go. This is one guy. And, this is, we've got our break from Fedra. We've done this. And she was just driven by bitterness. And she was just driven. And it just killed so many people, including herself. And then, of course, the irony of, even when she gets out and Henry says, let the kid go. And she won't even let the kid go. Like, she wants to kill the kid, which is super ironic because then she gets killed. She says, kids die every day. Well, so do you, lady. She was just, that was just, a real, she goes, no, I'm not forgiving anybody. It's unapologetic. And that's what happens when you have hate in your heart. You just kill everyone around you.
Let's remind our friends to please click on the subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you know when we have new videos out.
Subscribe!
Subscribe!
Die! Oh, die!